Alicia Nichols with the basketball. We begin the second. The Bee Diggers trail 8-5. Right baseline, Rosenbrock drives on Lauren Saxton out of bounds. She just drove right into the baseline. And the Bee Diggers now have committed 8 turnovers. Yuma did have 8 in the opening quarter. 8-5 Yuma. 7:40 to go in the second. It is Emily Lubers on the left block here to Lauren Saxton. Bounce pass intended for Spencer, intercepted by Chisholm. Bee Diggers coming the other way. Left baseline. That pass from Nichols to Berg off her hand out of bounds. Wow, this is just ugly. I mean, quite frankly, 9 turnovers for Brush and 9 for Yuma. 18 points and 13. Check that, 13 points and 18 turnovers. There's no rhythm here at all. It's Lubers, Wills, Saxton, Spencer, and Brophy. And now Wills on the left baseline just double dribbled. A violation you rarely see. So if things weren't tough enough for the opening quarter, we played 45 seconds and have 4 turnovers in the second and no points. Nichols bounce pass over to Chisholm, back to Nichols at the top of the key. Nichols down low for Berg, into the lane. She dribbles, kicks it back out. Chisholm, 15-footer, good on the left baseline. Well, now Callie Chisholm scores, and the Bee Diggers draw to within 1 at 8-7. Lubers feeds it back out to Wills, drives into the paint, kicks it back out. There was a traveling violation, though. She shuffled that foot. And the Bee Diggers with a chance to reclaim the lead. And Kelsey Neal now into the game for Ellie Wills. It's Callie Chisholm, Alicia Nichols, Aaron Berg, Christine Dreitz for Brush, along with Darla Rosenbrock. Nichols is stripped in the lane, tied up by Spencer. And that ball is going over to the Yuma Indians with a possession arrow pointing in their favor. Well, I had some sun chips last night, thanks to A.D. John Schaefer. I might have to consume more tonight just to see if maybe that'll turn this luck around. In the backcourt is Emily Lubers dribbling across the timeline, picked up by Chisholm, stripped by Chisholm. The ball goes in the backcourt. Neal picks it up over to Lubers, dribbling right baseline. The runner off the glass is up, no good, but a foul. And to the line will be Kelsey Neal. Check that, Emily Lubers. And fouls on Darla Rosenbrock. That's her first. The Bee Diggers with 5 team fouls, and Yuma with 4. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Greg Mullen is there. Let Greg Mullen work with you to get the discounts you desire and the coverage you need. State Farm agent Greg Mullen, the first free throw, swish for Emily Lubers. And the Indians in the lead, 9-7. Second free throw in the air. And that one is short, and blocking out the free throw shooter and getting the rebound was Darla Rosenbrock, her third board. Nichols across the timeline, free throw line to Dreitz, dribbles into the lane all the way. She walked as she laid it in off the glass. No question about that violation. 11 turnovers for Brush. And Becca Walker checks in for Darla Rosenbrock. And here come the Indians and Emily Lubers. Lubers, overhead pass on the outside left of Brophy, picks up her dribble. Top of the key to Spencer. Spencer against Chisholm, dribbling to her right. Lobs it in the corner for Lubers. Back out to Neal, but the ball's poked away. Intercepted by Chisholm. 3-on-1. Chisholm all the way, lays it up and misses. Fouled by Neal. And to the line will be Callie Chisholm. We could see quite a few free throws in this quarter. Both teams now with 5 team fouls. That, of course, was a shooting foul. And if she makes both free throws, the game would be deadlocked at 9. First in the air, and that is off the top of the rim and off the top of the backboard and in. You rarely see that. 9-8, and now let's see if they're going to count that. Yeah, because the ball did hit the top of the backboard, but not the partition behind the backboard, so it will count. Second free throw for CC is in the air, and that is off to the left. And there's a foul from behind on Christine Dreitz going over the back of Lauren Saxton on the rebound. And that's Dreitz's first foul. So 9-8 Yuma with 6 minutes to go in the second. This game is lacking a tremendous amount of offense. Spencer into the lane, steps in. The pass to Wills off her hands, picks it up. Now we have a foul. That'll be the 17th foul on Brush. It was on Becca Walker. Wills to the line for a 1-and-1. Even though the officials do not see that now, they're setting up like it's an inbounds play, but it should not be. Yeah, they've got to get to the line. Yeah, the scoreboard says 17 fouls. Come on, guys, get with it. Yeah, 17 fouls. It's on the board. Yeah, with a game lacking rhythm, you want to pick it up in other areas. Let's put it that way. And for Walker, that's her first foul. And Ellie Wills is yet to score in the game. She can give Yuma a 2, perhaps a 3-point lead. And the free throw by the senior is going to be off the back of the rim, and it's rebounded by Brush's Erin Berg. Her 5th board. She had 15 the other night. Nichols, right baseline to Walker, shot up and in. From 10 feet away from Becca Walker, and the game is tied at 9. Well, actually, the Bead Diggers up 10-9. Check that because Chisholm did nail that first free throw, so I stand corrected. Bead Diggers up 10-9. Into the lane, the jumper is blocked. Sheila Brophy's jumper is blocked by Dreitz and taken away by Erin Berg. Crossing the timeline is Nichols, right baseline, looking down low, kicks it back out on the bounce pass to Walker. 5:20 to go in the second. Brush 10, Yuma 9. At the free throw line, Dreitz holding the ball up high, dribbles, shoots, hits from 10 feet away in traffic was Christine Dreitz. And Brush leads 12-9. Dreitz with 3 points in the game. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the second. Emily Luber's bounce pass in the high left to Saxton. Saxton up top to Spencer, nearly fouled by Walker, dribbles to her right. Now to Brophy in the corner. Luber's wide open 3, and that's going to be an air ball. And it's taken away by Christine Dreitz, and now stolen in by Morgan Spencer. Spencer gives the basketball to Lubers. So Yuma trying to make something of this possession. Saxton right at the free throw line, puts up a 14-footer. That's a pretty one for Lauren Saxton, who sinks it. 12-11 Brush, 4.5 to go, second quarter. We are live from the Digger Dome in Brush. I'm John Beltran for the 9th game of the Brush Lady Bead Digger season. Dreitz all the way, scoops it up and in off the glass from 5 feet away towards that left baseline. And Dreitz now leading all scorers with 5 points. Brush up by 3, and that ball is thrown out of bounds and no deflection. That's a Yuma turnover intended for Brophy in the corner. And that is turnover number 13 for the Indians. The Bead Diggers are at 11. Chisholm and Berg are out. Rosenbrock is back in along with Krista Padilla. So Alicia Nichols will cross the timeline with 4:10 to go in the second. Yuma's biggest lead has been 3. The Bead Diggers have led by 3. And that ball is thrown away by Padilla, intended for Walker at the top of the key. And that's 12 turnovers for Brush. 25 turnovers, 25 points. A ratio that you do not want to see in basketball, whether you're a coach, player, or a fan. On the outside left is Wills, beyond the three-point circle, towards the top of the key. Looking for the cross-court pass, bounce pass down low to Spencer, 10-footer, good. Straight away from Morgan Spencer, who is very strong in the middle. She's got 4. And the Bead Digger lead is down to 1, 14-13 with 3:38 to go. Dreitz left of the lane, left baseline, kicks it back out to Padilla. Padilla in the left corner, dribbles to the left of the key, now back out to Nichols near the timeline. She'll slow it down. On the outside right to Rosenbrock, bounce pass, right baseline for Walker, tries to lob it in, cannot. She's going to have to kick it back out to Rosenbrock, lost the basketball, got it back. On the right baseline to Walker, takes a dribble, picks up the dribble, nearly walked, and now she did. And part of the problem on both sides, to be quite frank, is that there is very little player movement without the basketball. That's what creates rhythm on offense and much better passing. These teams are just standing around offensively for the most part. Wills in the right corner. Now Yuma rotating quite a bit, but the Bead Diggers nearly cut off the lane to Spencer. Right baseline, Brophy all the way, puts it up, misses the rebound, and the putback is up and no good. And that time, the ball movement and the player movement created those opportunities for Sheila Brophy. And the Bead Digger foul on Alicia Nichols, her first, and Sheila Brophy will go to the stripe. She had a free throw in the opening quarter. Now Yuma can take the lead with 2 made free throws as we're down to 2:59 to go in the second. For all of your title needs, visit Tim Weimer at Northern Colorado Title, 205 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan. And Sheila Brophy to the line. And she will shoot a deuce, and the first free throw is up and in. And Brophy has tied the game at 14. 14-14 would be a pretty good score in the first quarter with 2:59 to go, but in the second, you know that there are some issues. Second free throw is missed. Nichols grabs the rebound for the Bead Diggers. Nichols across the timeline on the outside right, into the paint, bounce pass back out to Dreitz at the free throw line, now to Nichols. Nichols right of the paint from 10 feet away, puts it up and misses off the back of the rim. The rebound to Dreitz, but she went over the back. 19 foul for Brush, and for Dreitz, her second personal. There will be a free throw, maybe free throws, for the player fouled by Brush on Yuma. That will be Kelsey Neal, as she had position on Dreitz. Now Neal 0 for 2 for the line. And the first free throw is in the air, and that is in and out. Alicia Nichols grabs the Beat Digger rebound. The Beat Diggers trying to break the 14-all tie. The lob left baseline for Padilla all the way, cut off, puts a shot up off the side of the backboard. And Kelsey Neal comes away with a basketball. To Spencer, back out to Lubers. Lubers calls out the play, crossing the timeline. Picked up by Nichols, free throw line for Spencer. Bounce pass down low for Wills, double team. Bounces, cross-court pass for Saxton. Takes a dribble, puts up a shot, and it's blocked out of there by Walker. And taken away by Alicia Nichols. Nichols across midcourt, left baseline Padilla. 10-footer off the glass, good for Krista Padilla. And the Beat Diggers are back in the lead at 16-14. 2:07 to go in the opening half. Saxton on the high left beyond the three-point circle. Back out to Lubers. Cross court to Neal. Right of the free throw line. Picked up by Nichols. Straight away Lubers. Wide open three. Will not take it. Steps in from 14. Good for Kelsey Neal. She's got 4. The game is retied at 16. 1:48 to go in the second. Nichols left of the lane. Feeds it in the corner. Padilla. Long three is going to miss by about 5 feet on the other side of the basket. Ball is poked out of bounds, I believe, by Becca Walker or Brush. It is. Yeah, that shot missed very, very badly. And the Beat Diggers will make some changes. 30-second timeout called by Beat Digger head coach Jen Goodall. The assistants are Ken Garcia and George Muscle. Let me acknowledge them. And Ron Wills, of course, the head coach of the Yuma Indians, and assisted by Mike Neal and Kristen Metcalf. Here's the Beat Digger band. Beat Digger band here for either the entire game or just till halftime. They do an outstanding job and come to a select number of games. And they're usually set up, as you can tell, pretty close to me. Callie Chisholm along with Becca Walker, Alicia Nichols, Darla Rosenbrock, and Aaron Berg for Brush. Kelsey Neal, Morgan Spencer, Ellie Wills, along with Lauren Saxton, and the ball handler in the backcourt, Emily Lubers for Yuma. Crossing the timeline on the outside right to Kelsey Neal, guarded by Nichols. Bounce pass on the high right to Wills. Wills looking for a teammate at minute 26 to go. Entry pass is knocked away by Berg. Intercepted by Alicia Nichols. Nichols crossing the timeline. Watch out for behind, and she dribbles right into traffic. The ball is loose, picked up by Neal, and now Lubers also traveled after Neal passed it to her. So the teams trade turnovers in a 3-second span after Yuma had brief control of the basketball. Chisholm to throw it in. Yeah, neither team is close to their A game offensively. Not even close. Chisholm to throw it in. Both teams are capable of scoring in the 50s very easily. Chisholm near the timeline with the basketball, dribbling to her right. At the top of the key, guarded closely by Wills. Bounce pass to Walker. Walker is stripped beautifully by Saxton. She picks up the basketball. The Beat Diggers commit their 15th turnover. Wills with a jump pass to Spencer. 55 seconds to go in the opening half. Deadlocked at 16. And Lubers will hold on to the basketball, set up the offense. Bounce pass to Spencer, down low. Wills layup up. No, but she's fouled by Berg, and that's a huge foul. You cannot commit that one because that's her third foul of the game. With 48.5 to go in the opening half, she's going to take a seat on the bench more than likely. And if she doesn't, she cannot really play any tight defense. And here is Ellie Wills to shoot the first free throw for Yuma. And that one's in the air, and that one is short. Yeah, Christine Dreitz and Krista Padilla replace Becca Walker and Aaron Berg. Second free throw is upcoming. Both teams have really struggled from the line in the early going, but that's been emblematic of the entire first half offensively. Second free throw is around and good. And Wills gives Yuma the lead at 17-16. 45 seconds to go in the opening half. Nichols crossing the timeline, spinning on the defender Lubers, maintaining the dribble, bounce pass in the high right to Padilla with 35 to go. Rosenbrock, top of the key, dribbling towards the right baseline, all the way, bounce pass, cross court to Dreitz. Dreitz on the left baseline, now to Nichols, dribbles into the lane, scoops it up from 5 feet away, around it, good. As she used the back of the rim, and Nichols has 6 points in the game. Bead Diggers up 18-17. 18 seconds to go in the second quarter. Wills right to the free throw line, steps in. She traveled as she was attempting that bounce pass over to Sheila Brophy. And for Yuma, that unofficially is their 16th turnover. So 31 turnovers and 35 points in this game so far. The Bead Diggers with the basketball. 8 seconds to go. Padilla on the high left beyond the three-point circle. Dribbles left baseline with 5. Holding the ball up high with 3. Cross-court pass. Guess what? Intercepted. The ball is retaken by Chisholm, and the half is over. Another exchange where 2 turnovers were committed in a span of less than a couple of seconds. Well, we will take a break with a score. Rush 18, Yuma 17 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.